believe it's the HDMI. I'm not sure. But,
yeah. What's happening with it?
Every time I was touching, messing with the HDMI cord, it'll pop on.
All right, give me an eye with that. I'll knock it out for you.
All right, so let's step into the mobile office, work on this PS5. This customer, as he stated, HDMI port wasn't working. He also stated that his brothers may have went inside his room and knocked it over, which usually happens with anybody when you have younger kids around. The first thing we have to do is tear this down to clean it out even before we get to the port. So take out the heatsink, clean that out, clean out the power supply if any dust, hit that with the air duster. It wasn't too bad inside this one. Put everything back together. To tear it down, got to take the board out. Looked at the liquid metal, wasn't too bad, but clearly it has to be done. Moved on to repairing the HDMI port. Heat it up from the bottom, remove it, clean up all the old solder. Add some flux, because we're going to hit it with some leaded solder. This actually makes the melting point lower, makes it easier to install the port. Heat that up till it gets melted. Add the port inside. Then we go over all these pins under the microscope with the soldering iron. Once we finish with that, we move over to the liquid metal. I would say with every PS5, the liquid metal has to be cleaned from oxidation on the APU and on the heatsink. Use some alcohol in the Q-tip, clean it up, reapply it. Then we move over to the heatsink side, do the same process, put the board back in, be sure to clean up any flux that was left on the board because we want to keep that there. Then we start putting everything back together, get to the point where we put the top casing on, or the plates, the disk drive. We get down to lastly, we're cleaning out the fan here, brush it out, and then hit it with the air duster to get any piece of dust that's in there to make sure it runs smooth for this customer. Install it back into the PS5, make sure that we connect the power cable, add all the screws that holds it into the system. Then we clean up the plates, make sure we get the dust off, clean up some alcohol, put everything back together, plug it up, test it out.
So they probably dropped it or pushed it against the wall because this is separated. This should be one piece. Shouldn't have any issues, like I said. So any issues, let me know.
Appreciate that.
You're welcome. You too.